Hi, my name is Sean Durr with Lux Realty. I have the pleasure of having Stuart Epstein from CMG Home Loans here with me today. Stuart, thank you for spending some time with me.
Thanks for having me, Sean.
I'd like to start off with the Maryland Mortgage Program.
Absolutely. So the Maryland Mortgage Program is a state-sponsored 30-year fixed rate mortgage program. It's facilitated through the Maryland Department of Housing, but you actually have to get the loan through a participating lender, which obviously we're one of. The primary feature of the Maryland Mortgage Program is called DPA, Down Payment Assistance. So one of the biggest challenges, as we both know, especially for first-time home buyers, is there's typically not a lot of money sitting in the bank account waiting to purchase a home for the down payment and closing costs. Down payment and closing costs can add up to a lot of money. So the Maryland Mortgage Program provides really three different options for down payment assistance: 3, 4, or 5% of the amount they're borrowing that can go towards down payment and closing costs. Mm-hmm. So literally, a home buyer can have their down payment covered plus a portion of the closing cost just through the Maryland Mortgage Program.
So if they have a VA and they don't have to put any money down, then that assistance will apply towards all their closing costs, like a funding fee. On an FHA, it could cover down payment plus closing costs because it's 3.5% down on FHA.
Correct.
And you said on conventional, I know that in the past, 3% down.
Yep. If you're a first-time buyer, 3% is typically the minimum down payment for a conventional mortgage.
And we can piggyback that with other down payment assistance, whether it's seller help or seller contribution.
For example, if you're purchasing a home in Baltimore City, and you qualify for the Live Near Your Work program, or the Vacants to Value program, or the Baltimore City Incentive, which is another grant program through the city, you can actually stack these incentives on top of the Maryland Mortgage Program, and literally, in a lot of cases, come out of pocket with nothing or next to nothing.
Wow!
For the home buyer. So, I've had clients over the years that have had $40,000 and $50,000 of DPAs, down payment assistance, through various agencies, and the Maryland Mortgage Program being a part of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like I said, it could be the difference between somebody being able to purchase a home and not being able to purchase a home.
I know that there is also something for student loans within the Maryland Mortgage Program.
Yeah. So the Maryland kind of pioneered this product a few years ago. It's called the Smart Buy program. A buyer who qualifies for the Maryland Mortgage Program and has a certain amount of student loan debt can have that student loan debt completely forgiven and actually paid off by the state of Maryland at the time of home purchase. So it's right now the limit is $20,000. So if you have a client and they've got $20,000 in student loan debt, they want to look at the Smart Buy program because they can have that wiped out completely. Sure. But it's also going to actually take away the payment that they're making on their student loan debt. So they can take what their payment would have been on that student loan debt and now kind of apply it to what they want to take on in a mortgage payment. So maybe they can buy a house that's a little bit at a higher range because now they don't have that student loan payment hanging over their head. The trick is with the Smart Buy program is that if you have more than $20,000 in student loan debt, you have to have the means to pay off the difference, or you can't use that program because you can't have any student loan debt left over after settlement.
Now, one of the qualifications I understand is that you can't currently own a home.
Correct.
But if you own a home and sold it, you can qualify again.
So for the Maryland Mortgage Program, and this would be for any of the features of the Maryland Mortgage Program, if you're in a targeted area, then you're considered kind of the same as a first-time home buyer. So you could sell a house today, buy another house tomorrow, and use the Maryland Mortgage Program. There are options with the Maryland Mortgage Program if you're not in a targeted area.
So a strategy in mind, if let's say that I had student loans, but they were deferred right now, and let's say my fiance and I want to buy a home, so I want to take advantage of the 5%. So let's say we see a townhouse, we fit for the qualification, we get the 5% on this first home that we buy. Now, let's say that 3 years from now, 4 years from now, we want to move into a different home, and I want to now use the student loan because now my student loan has come back to haunt me and now I have to start making payments again. Would I be able to then sell my home, I've already taken advantage of the first one, and then now take advantage of using the student loan program on my second one?
Great question. So assuming you meet all the other qualifications, then absolutely. There's not a limit to how many times you can use the Maryland Mortgage Program in general.
All right, well, thank you, Stuart, for taking the time.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it.
All right.